Hello Skyhawks, welcome back to another episode of Campus Crossroads. I'm your host, Leanne Moorfield. Today my guest is Dr. Jeffrey Beebe, the Dean for the College of Humanities and Fine Arts. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
So can you please tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do as the Dean for the College of Humanities and Fine Arts?
Well, I've only been here a few months, but my faculty appointment is in history, so I'm a historian. I did undergraduate degrees I did an undergraduate degree at Auburn and a master's at Auburn, and then I did my PhD in London, studying British history. So that's kind of what I've typically done through most of my career, but in the last several years moved more into an administrative role.
Okay.
And of course came here in July. So as Dean, my job is really to kind of oversee the programs and the finances for the college. I work with faculty on tenure and promotion, program development, and just make sure that we have an opportunity as a college to be as innovative and creative as possible and to use the resources of the whole college to benefit our students and faculty as much as possible.
Okay. So how have you adjusted to your new position here at UT Martin after those few months? Are you still having to get yourself familiar with the campus and the surrounding area?
It kind of depends on the day. There's some days when I'm here and I feel like I've been here forever, and then other days it feels like I just started yesterday. Right. So it kind of depends on the day. What's probably been the best part is just getting to know life on campus. Mm-hmm. So we have so many events and activities in the college that it's been great to be able to go to concerts and plays and attend all the activities that you as students are putting on. And also just to listen to the radio station too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Getting to know the community is always a little bit harder because we're so busy on campus, and because of our schedule, I feel like I've really focused my attention on UTM. Mm-hmm. So hopefully this summer, when things are a little bit quieter and fewer faculty and students around, I'll have a chance to get to know the community better.
Of course. And so what experience have you had in the past that you believe has led you to getting this position as the Dean?
That's a really good question. Well, because in the end, I'm really just a teacher. I'm a history teacher, and that's what I have always really loved doing. I love being in the classroom, and I love being with students. I think the experiences that I've had is that because the people I've worked with in the past have seen that I'm committed to ensuring that our students have the best experience possible, I've often been invited to meetings and events and activities where I've been able to share what I've been doing in a classroom and what other people have been doing and how to make that experience better. And so what that allowed me to do was just to have my voice heard. As I got more involved, I realized the things that happen behind the scenes administratively to make a university work. And you start learning about budgets and policy. Mm-hmm. Those are the things where it can get really boring and really dull. Yes. But it also is where you can start to realize how big an impact those have on the experiences that you're having as students. You know, if we're not taking care of the resources that we have, the facilities that we have, investing in programs and in people, then the learning experience that you get to have is diminished. And so just being involved in a variety of things has given me a range of experiences that I think make me suited for this job right now.
Awesome. So could you give just a brief description of each of the 5 departments that are located within our college?
Well, you know, we're a far more diverse college. For not being a particularly large group, we actually are pretty diverse. Yes. So obviously, let's start right here in your department. Okay. Mass Media and Strategic Communications, yes. Phenomenal programs in which we have a lot of experiential learning opportunities in public relations, broadcast media, journalism. So we, produce the Pacer, a student newspaper, as well as the radio station and television station, but also a lot of projects and internships through public relations and the mass media program. History and philosophy, of course, the bulk of what they do is general education, world history and U.S. history, but really working with students to develop the skills of historians, research, communication skills, which are applicable to almost any career field that you ever want to contemplate pursuing. Yeah. English and modern foreign languages, 2 very different programs under one administrative umbrella. Of course, English focuses on professional and technical writing and literature. Mm-hmm. Same kind of things as history and philosophy. It's about skills, research, communication skills. Modern foreign languages, a whole range of things that you can do there. You're learning languages, but you're also learning culture, literature, and about how to function in a truly global society. The Department of Music has music education as well as music performance. So we have the large ensembles, wind ensemble, marching band, and the choirs that are open to any student. But upper level courses focus on students who are pursuing instrumental and vocal music, either to teach or to go into a performance track, which would be working with an orchestra or even as a professional singer. And then visual and theater arts. That includes the fine arts, what we think of as kind of painting, drawing, ceramics, but also graphic design. So students there are moving into a range of fields. And don't forget, they also have art history, art education, and dance, another complex department, where students, again, go down a lot of different potential career paths. I think what's interesting about the diversity within the college, though, is that all of our departments are creative.
Yes.
Every department has some creative element, whether it's the switch or the dance studio or WUTM. There's a creative opportunity in each department. There's also an opportunity for experiential learning in each department. You get to do stuff, not just sit and listen to somebody talk about doing stuff. So those are the things that kind of unite us. But yeah, we're a really kind of diverse and complex group of folks.
Right.
For being the smallest college at UTM.
I think, like you mentioned, it is strange how if all of our college, if it was just listed on a piece of paper, you're like, wow, these don't really look like they would mean anything together, but we do all have that one common link of creativity.
Yeah, and there are a lot of areas where we do crossover. So VTA and mass media and strategic communications have a lot of opportunities to collaborate, as well as mass media and strategic communications and English and modern foreign languages. So the crossovers happen a lot more often. I'm just not sure we're always great at telling people about those or reminding people of how much we have in common and how many links we have.
Okay, so thank you for those descriptions, Dr. Beebe. After our break, we will continue on carrying out our interview with Dr. Beebe.
In the heart of this close-knit community lies a place where the sky is the limit. It's a place that believes in the power of a personalized education, where passionate and dedicated faculty are more than just teachers, they're mentors. It's a place where you'll have access to cutting-edge facilities and resources, empowering you to explore your interests and turn your ideas into reality. This is the University of Tennessee at Martin.
Welcome back to Campus Crossroads, Skyhawks. We are here with Dr. Jeffrey Beebe. Before the break, Dr. Beebe was elaborating on the different departments within the College of Humanities and Fine Arts. So, what are some of the opportunities that students can have as a part of the college? Are there any clubs or events that students should know about that they could get involved with?
I think that's one of the things that makes our college so special is we have a lot of things that are available both to majors and students that are housed in the college, but really to anybody who's at UTM. So if you're a UTM student and you want to play in the band, you can be in the marching band, you can audition for the wind ensemble, you can be in one of our two choirs. One is an audition choir, the other is in a non-audition choir. You can join the PACER staff, you can be part of the switch, you can apply to work for the student radio station. All of those things can be open and available based on your interest. In terms of other activities, we've got concerts constantly happening in the Department of Music. I would say 2 to 3 nights a week you can go, but go to the recitals, particularly the senior recitals that students have. Because that's where students really get to express themselves and show what they've learned over 4 years of being a music student. The theater department has phenomenal plays, many of which are open to non-majors for audition, but you can go to them, and a lot of those events are free. The art gallery is open every afternoon from 1 to 4. Go. The exhibits that we put on there are really amazing. Phenomenal artists, guest artists that come to campus, but most of the time it's student work. Tonight there's a launch for a student showcase. 3 of our seniors are going to be exhibiting their work. Those events are always open to students to attend. So I think the key is just to watch what's going on, look for posters and activities. Follow the departments on social media because they post a lot of the things that they're doing. And most of it's just being brave enough to show up.
And what direction do you hope to see our college take over the next few years?
Well, I'd like to see the college grow. We have phenomenal programs, and simply we'd like to increase the enrollment in many of those programs. I'd also like to see us continue our emphasis on experiential learning and look for more opportunities for students to have internships and chances to really develop an impressive portfolio before graduation, where we can help nurture that professional growth in an environment where you're supported and you're going to be getting a lot of constructive feedback before you go into the workplace where the stakes can be a lot higher. I'd also like to see us develop some new programs to really reevaluate the programs that we have to ensure that we're meeting the needs of 21st century learners and 21st century employees, but also look at where we need to develop some new programs as well. I would also like for us to just be looking at, the faculty resources that we have. We have some areas that are understaffed and need to have additional faculty so that we can continue to provide the one-on-one mentorship that I think we've become known for, and to ensure that we're continuing to provide that to students who are coming in the years to come, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
And I know the semester is almost over, but is there anything that is currently being worked on in the college for the spring semester that you would like to share?
Well, we have a play coming up in VTA. We've got a number of concerts in music. So I would say watch that schedule in April to make sure that you take advantage of those opportunities. One that just happened was the investiture of the chancellor, which was a great event. And I will say our college was phenomenally represented. And that really made me proud as a dean, just to be able to have so many people see the talent and the commitment and the creativity that comes out of this college at a once-in-a-lifetime event, because we only get to inaugurate this chancellor once. So that was a really exciting thing. But I would just say watch on social media. We're going to be profiling a lot of our departments and units on April 3rd when the university undertakes the Captain's Challenge, which is a big fundraising activity. So watch then, because I'm going to be visiting different departments live on Facebook. So I would encourage students to follow us on the college Facebook page. So look up College of Humanities and Fine Arts on Facebook and learn a little bit more about some of the things we're doing.
Of course, that sounds like so much fun.
I hope so.
And what would you say is your proudest moment or biggest accomplishment so far as the dean of the college?
Well, as I said, I haven't been here very long. And definitely the investiture of Chancellor Freeman was a really proud moment, because I was just amazed at the quality of our choir, and Dr. Amy Young sang the national anthem. She's a faculty member in the Department of Music. So that was a really exciting moment. I think probably, though, one of the most special moments for me was when we had a welcome back event for students, but kind of a welcome me to UTM that happened in the fall. And we had the jazz band play, and we had cotton candy out on the quad. And just the number of people who showed up and told me how excited that they were that I was here and how eager they were to support the college, that was really special, because that got me off on a wonderful start, and it really, the excitement hasn't stopped.
And what advice do you have for students who maybe want to pursue a degree or get involved with our college?
Well, I think the biggest obstacle to getting involved in anything is always our own fears and anxieties. We worry about what people think, and we worry about being a failure, or we're just nervous to raise our hands. So I think the first thing is just to be a little bit brave, be a little bit bold. That can always be the first piece of advice I give to anybody. But don't be afraid to show up. If you're interested in art, sign up for an art class. If you're interested in music, join the choir. If you're interested in studying a foreign language, just sign up and go. Go to the events and activities that we have. Get to know people. Don't be afraid to ask questions. A lot of times people, particularly students when they're coming into university, get a lot of pressure to think about what's the career outcome. And what I tell students is you're likely to retire from a career that doesn't even exist yet. So focus more on developing skills that are going to be applicable to a whole range of future careers. Learn how to research and communicate. Learn how to work with people. Learn critical and creative thinking skills. That's going to carry you a whole lot farther than a very tiny specific skill set that may become outdated by the time you graduate. So just be a little bit bold and a little bit adventurous.
Yes, that is very important. I've never heard it stated that way. It is very important to just go in and learn as many skills as you can rather than learn how to do a job.
Right. Well, because you're going to see in your lifetime, hopefully much like mine, what I thought I was going to do when I was 19 is not what I'm doing at 48.
Right.
But I've been lucky that I've had the ability to adapt to changing needs and changing interests. You know, I've grown a lot in my career, so I want to make sure I always have the ability to take advantage of that. And skills give you that opportunity to move in a lot of different directions.
Thank you, Dr. Beebe. It was very nice talking to you and having you here. And thank you, Skyhawks, for watching. Tune in next time for another episode of Campus Crossroads.